Hi friends, MD Vegan. Vegan, yes, because of the animals, for the planet and human health. And why raw? Well, it's the easiest way to cook because you have the ingredients as is. Today I have wonderful apricots and cherries. They're all in season. Delicious. Well, you can eat them all over through the year, but they're most delicious when they're in season. I have these wonderful sweet cherries and beautiful apricots. I put them into small pieces, and fruit are very healthy too. Yeah, I mean, cooked food is okay. It's okay, but it takes more time to produce it, just to heat it up and everything. Just blending something is easy, and the easiest way here, I put some fruit together, put a dressing on top, voila. And if you eat fruit, you have to eat a little bit more than if you eat vegetables from the quantity. Yeah, and then it's nice because in fruit we have a lot of sugar, but the sugar in fruit is healthy when it's together with the fruit. When you take the sugar out of the fruit, then it's a poison, almost. Yeah, it's very dangerous. So whole food is the trick, and raw food it's a very direct way. Yeah. And I eat a lot of raw food. I might like it because it's so easy. And when I eat every day, usually, then I want to have it easy. Yeah, I don't want to have hours and hours of cooking. Just, I mean, for myself. If I have friends or I go home to mom and so, and then I spend some time in the kitchen. It's fun to cook for others. Yeah, it takes some time. I do it with others together, but or for myself on a daily basis. You know, it's easy to have it in 10 minutes. Also done. Yeah. And also, if you here have 3 bananas here and a handful of cashew nuts, this time I have cashews. You can take any kind of nuts or seeds to blend it with bananas, for example, or other high in fiber fruit. Take not all of them. It might be too much. So a handful or half a cup will be enough of nuts. And then you blend it with bananas, and you have the very wonderful silken creaminess. And I also take a lemon together with a banana. That makes it here. I have a little bit of peel today. That's optional. You don't know. I mean, sometimes just a little bit. It is so delicious. Sometimes I have a small piece of lemon peel. When I prepare the food, I play with the ingredients, and sometimes I put a piece of lemon peel in my mouth. It's organic, of course. Otherwise, you don't take it. And then it's nice, not too much, yeah, because it's very intense. Yeah, because the healthiest stuff in the citrus fruit is in the outside of the peel, actually, and it's also nice and tasty, but in moderation. So if you don't want it to have this intense flavor, just leave it away. And I put a little bit of water in there, just a little bit, not a cup, not a half cup, a third cup, maybe a quarter cup, just to make the blender work. And I can also always put some more water later after the second, maybe after the blending. This is the reason why I like the macadamia so nice and so much, and also the lemon with the banana, because this is the color you get with a lemon. It's white almost. Macadamia is also especially white. They are a little more time to blend than cashews. They are very soft, a little bit sweeter, so you have also another flavor with each nut. This is a macadamia, and I will taste it right now. The texture is wonderful. It's perfect. I will have to blend it a second time. That is a second blending, I call it. When you don't soak the nuts, it takes hours to soak them, or overnight. It's easy to blend. It's softer. But without soaking, you just make a second blending after a couple of minutes sitting here. You just blend a second time and it's done. I taste it. With cashews, you get something like a cream. Almost traditional. Macadamias are a little firmer, They have a little bit more savory flavor, but it's also, yeah, awesome, wonderful. And I've tasted this orange peel, but not in a bitter way, very nice. I would say put a little bit of peel in there. And I will let it for a moment while I combine my other fruit, main ingredients. It's a fruit salad basically. And it takes some time to stone the cherries, and these are stoned fruit basically. It takes some time to do that. And when you do the cooking, the most part is preparation of the ingredients in raw food. When you cook it, sometimes you need hours to heat it, to simmer, and cook it again, prepare it. It has can take a lot of time. But with raw food, the most part is preparation of the ingredients. Yeah, you're most working with the ingredients themselves. I like this kind too. That's also direct way to feel it. And you see here the volume. It's not volume. Here, this is a big bowl of fruit, and it's very light. It looks big, but it's so light. When you cook this, it comes down to maybe this. It's a very small quantity once you cook it. So if you cook food, you can eat a lot. Pounds of carrots, for example, you can eat. It's also healthy. But with raw food, you have a small amount, and it's a big quantity. Seems a big volume. It's also, all that to me speaks for raw food. It's light on the body, but sometimes I like also cooking, but mostly raw food is my favorite. So now I have the basic combination here. I go back to my cream here, my dressing. I guess I have to put some more water in there. And second blending, yeah, I will taste it again. It's a little bit thick, and I like a little bit creamier, runnier. Just a little bit, not too much. Whoops. I love nuts. Well, by the way, if you eat nuts, you cannot eat too much if they are raw, by the way. I tell you more after the blender dance. The soaking is very fast if you have blended first. Yeah. Same as you reheat the water a little bit and put the nuts in the warm water. Also, they soak faster. Temperature does a lot. It's a great thing to have fire. Now taste it again. A whole different world. The pigments. And you blend macadamias as opposed to cashews. First, without soaking, you feel the pigments, the little particles, you feel them in the mouth. Second blending, away. So now I show you what it looks like. It's almost a fruit soup, yeah. It's so round. You see this cream, beautiful. I can't have enough nuts. I always have nuts at home, and I buy them in larger quantities, 1 or 2 kilos, because in my health food shop, yeah, I couldn't afford them, because if you are a member in a health food shop, as I am, it's a small amount of money, and then you get, I get the retail price. So the nuts are very inexpensive as compared to regular nuts. I couldn't afford cashews or macadamias all the time raw. They're pretty expensive. But if you have a retail price, so that's why I have a big glass here, a large glass, put the nuts in there and store them in a dark and cooler containment, and then it's available. I can't afford too much of it, but it's okay when you have a larger quantity. That's a good tip, I guess. And I got it wrong before the blending, second blending. I said you can't eat enough nuts. So that's not 100% correct. So I say you cannot eat enough fruit, too much fruit. Yeah? Too much fruit you cannot eat. It's impossible. Yeah? Study shows, big study, hundreds of countries, many years, in the 2000 years, a little bit in the beginning, that shows that the biggest cause of premature death is eating too little fruit. So you can't eat too much. the sugar in fruit actually is super healthy if in the whole fruit. Yeah, so that's the fruit. You can't eat too much. With the nuts, that is, if you eat hands full of nuts, raw nuts, of course, non-processed, every day, in addition to your regular food, in addition, you will not gain weight. Also, big study is a big surprise. They asked, why? Why? With all the fat in the nuts, so you have to gain weight. With the calories, where do they go? No, you don't gain because you don't gain weight because in the nuts, when they're not processed, not heated, there is a substance. They are guessing about the reason. Yeah, one plausible reason is there is a substance in the nuts that makes the cell burn calories. So the cell burns the calories that you put extra into them. And what rather happens if you eat these handfuls of nuts daily in addition to your food, you rather lose weight. Isn't it crazy? So nuts are very healthy for many purposes, and you can eat them if you enjoy them. Have them. Nuts, a snack, between 2 meals or so. I have a handful of nuts as a snack, and I have no guilt feeling here because I know that won't make me gain weight. So isn't that wonderful news? So feel free to enjoy your nuts and fruit together, of course. This is a wonderful breakfast. And if it's a little bit too much for me, I put a part of it in the refrigerator and eat 2 hours later or so. So I have a big part of the food of my day in fruit and nuts, and the other part would be logically greens, and a big salad or so. And then I have some snacks like a handful of nuts or a piece of raw cake, but also nuts in there, and fruit. It's very easy. Yeah? It's easy to have a vegan diet. You can easily change to a plant-based diet, whole food, of course. And you don't need to worry so much about all these precautions, what kind of nutrients you have to get. Make sure you have a variety. All kinds of different fruit, vegetables, nuts and seeds. If you make sure you have these on a regular basis, I change every day a little bit to something different, you can go wrong. Because the B12 is important. You gotta check your blood and see what you have. And if you are long time in the diet, you're perfect, you're fine, you will be in great health, in great shape. You have to do practice, exercise every day, then everything is fine. Move the body everywhere, all directions, upside, downside, turn around, deep breathing, rhythmic battle. You practice trio, of course, but you don't need to care so much about all these nutrients. Just variety. And once 2 years or so, the doctor recommend make a blood test with B12. And then you have your extra B12 and a toothpaste. In Germany, they have a toothpaste with B12. That's enough for the daily use, or any other form. You get it in, and then you're fine. That's all. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If so, subscribe Emily Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Don't forget to like my video and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.